Good day to you viewers of the Nitro Silver Nigel channel. We're kicking off the new year with a new series. I'm the disembodied voiceover host, Doivas, and we're under the great pleasure to welcome this series, Meet the Content Creator, where we interview content creators. Now here's your wonderful host, Nitro.
Good day, viewers. It's I, Nitro Soul Smith, the Nitro Nitro. Whatever you call me, it's all good. We're here to have a wonderful interview with this one, the only, the amazing, the talented, the OG, the original Hippogriff, the planet himself, Silver Quill. Now, if you may, please introduce yourself, Silver Quill.
Oh, jeez, with all that praise, I thought you were talking about someone else. But yes, greetings all. I am the man, the myth, the Hippogriff, Silver Quill. I do YouTube videos under my banner After the Fact. I also work, I write for Equestria Daily as a contributor on reviews and editorials, part of the MBS Show podcast, and creator and continuing the torch of Pinkie Pie Says Goodnights. Originally created by Undead Niklos, but he gave me permission to carry the torch.
That's so nice of him. Anything you want to say, sir?
Oh, I just want to wish everyone a happy new year, and just say how glad I am that folks have been continuing to create after the end of My Little Pony. Because, again, beautiful. The end of the TV episodes is not the end of the fandom, or indeed the franchise.
No, we still got Gen 5 to look forward to. Who knows, it might be better than Gen 4. We never may know, but it could be. It could be.
We may never know.
Well, it's a wonderful pleasure to have you on board the premiere series of the new decade. Now, for the viewers at home watching this on their phones, PCs, or smart TVs, we'll ask you, our guests, a series of questions as in the background, and the artist will draw out the guest OC in a speed art fashion. So, with no interruptions, let's get this thing in the correct... Wait, I messed it up. I mean to say, let's do this thing in the correct political manner!
Oh, geez. All right, dear viewers, you'll also hear me ask some questions that I believe you would agree that you may have. Since it is not a podcast, Nitro will be asking the majority of the questions, and I will ask both of them a question at a time. Hopefully each question has a worthy answer to it. So before we begin, Silver, is there anything you would like to say to the viewers?
Well, happy 2020, but as it is an election year, I'm not sure there is a correct political manner.
It's an old catchphrase of mine from the original days of Meet the OC, so that's why I say it.
I'm still wiping off the mud from the last round of slinging.
Oh, jeez. 2020 is going to be quite the year.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with the hashtag World War III trending on Twitter right now.
Okay, let's get this started before I lose my hair. Oh, sorry. When I laugh, I pull my hair. It doesn't fall out, but it makes it longer and stronger. Okay, question one. Question 1 out of 1. I don't know how many there will be. Are at the point of writing the script, we don't know. So, where was I going with this? Oh wait, here we go. Silver Quill, what was your guiding like to be a YouTuber in the MLP sense, or any sense that you want to go with? What made you become a YouTuber in this late career, in these years?
Well, it was less a light and more of a flame war. Guided by the flames of hatred. Princess Twilight had just hit the scene with Magical Mystery Cure.
Yes.
And a great time.
Oh yeah, for 9 months, folks were arguing back and forth. That was the gap between season 2 and season 3 and season 4.
Yeah.
A pregnant pause, as it were. And folks were arguing that entire time. Just when it seemed like everything would die down, we'd get news about Equestria Girls or a new screenshot, and then it would start up again. And through it all, I kept wanting to see someone do a video that listed the good and the bad possibilities. How could this work in Twilight's favor and the stories? How could this diminish her role? But none of that appeared. So in the tradition of be the change you want to see, I decided to take advantage of skills I developed in previous jobs, and I made my first video essay. In truth, my time on YouTube has really been more a reactionary experience than any guided plan or solid knowing where I want to go. More often than not, I am just stumbling through the dark and figuring out how I want to express myself as events unfold.
Understood.
The birthplace of genius.
Or madness.
For the flames of the eternal Tartarus come forth the one sword that will be wielded by Silver Quill, and that sword will be called the Peacemaker.
It's a
I realized I was
knife.
reading Shakespeare.
Oh, sorry, I'm a writer. I'm a writer by trade. Okay, question 2. What motivates you to create wonderful content in MMP or in other communities that you are in right now?
Well, for a good chunk of my life, I was very reserved and quiet. And so there was a very strong desire to express just bubbling inside. And I really came to enjoy the connections. I would put ideas out there and people would respond. There's always going to be conflict. There'll be people who reject your work or try to gain attention through conflict. But for me, it is expression that really forges a connection and keeps me going. I still remember when my first comic got featured on Equestria Daily. It was not the first comic I'd ever made.
Ooh, okay.
But it was the first one that got featured. I went to bed and I checked my DeviantArt account, and it was maybe 100 messages tops, activity on fronts. When I woke up the next morning, it had gone to 1,000, and it continued to explode throughout the day. I'd like hit the refresh button and see the numbers just keep going up. Like, what has happened? And that's when I found out it had gotten posted on Equestria Daily.
That's amazing. I think
Beautiful.
Yeah, we never been a feature on Equestria Daily. We came close one time when I made my first debut of what was it called again, Doivas? The one song you hate the most.
The one song I hate the most?
13 minutes.
Oh, that song. I will kill you if you ever play it again.
Ooh, there's a Weird Al song for
Pony
that.
swag. I will annihilate you, Nitro.
How does Weird Al put it? Don't play that song, that achy breaky song.
Don't play
That's
that.
terrible.
No,
13 minutes. 13. No song should be 13 minutes.
Is that the actual name of the song?
It's literally called Pony Swag, and
Mega
it's
Mix.
look it up, bro. I'm not. If Nitro plays it right now, I might actually show up to his house.
Ooh, today on our premiere, How to Murder a Panelist.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I've
I'm
been
sorry. I'm
planning
sorry.
for the next time that song plays. I'm coming for you, Nitro.
Oh, dang.
Don't worry, I won't play it anytime soon, but I will tell the history
It's
about
all your
that.
fault, because darn Night and Game blasted that every day after I had that freak out over it, and it is all your fault.
I am sorry, but to make sure to put Silver Quill back in the loop of the a couple years ago on I'm gonna say 2016, I made back when I was in high school in 2014, I made a promise I was gonna be making my own version of the Pony Swag Mega Mix because the original one was okay, that was like 26 minutes. So let's make one shorter for the new generation. So I did. It took 2 years to make it, but eventually we got it down. I finished it. I uploaded it on YouTube on Discord day of that 1 year on 2016, which was what was it? What's it called? Leap Year Day, which is technically everyone knows is Discord Day. But anyway, as I made that song, a couple years later, I made the mistake of playing it on my server. And people were like, yeah, don't play that song ever again. Because that was back when I was a high schooler, and I had a high-pitched voice, and I was trying to rap to a deep-tone voice.
I think I can do you one better. My brother in middle school was part of a play, and when they were singing the sounds of music,
Yes.
all the kids' voices cracked at the same time.
Oh.
So it was the hills are alive with the sound of music.
God, that's so
Oh wow, that must have been a moment.
It's solidarity through puberty.
Yeah. I can only imagine
Oh,
embarrassment.
Well,
That is-
if everyone does it though,
It's not a
do you
bad
need
thing.
to feel embarrassed? Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's true. If everyone fails, then no one wins.
No, you gotta point that. Okay, what was he?
Plus, anyone who's been through puberty will understand. So that's another reason to not feel embarrassed.
Yeah.
Facts.
Okay, should we go on to the next question, or do anyone else have anything to say before we move on?
I didn't know I'd be talking about puberty today. There you go.
Me neither. And, do you always have anything you want to say?
Not really.
Okay, question 3. Is there anything you want to say to your fans while getting started in the YouTube business that you didn't mention at your BronyCon cinema? Let me try again. I'm slowing down. Okay, question 3. Is there anything you want to say to your fans about getting started in the YouTube business that you didn't mention at your BronyCon seminar back in 2019?
Oh, back in 2019. It's kind of weird to say those words.
Yeah.
I still have to write 2020 on checks and all that.
Same
So
here.
sad.
Well, first, I think I really want to clarify that not to worry about a business aspect right away.
Yes.
YouTube started as a means of expression, and I really hope it continues to be that, even with very real concerns about censorship, demonetization. I know that there are individuals who have made it their full-time careers. I'm not always crazy about how they did so, but it is a fact. But a lot of channels that I enjoy took a long time to find their stride and took some big risks, and they worked a day job while they were doing it.
Yes.
They built up. As I recall, Bennett the Sage, who does anime reviews, he only got to do YouTube reviews full time within the last year and a half, I think.
Okay.
So, and he'd been doing this for a good long while. So don't beat yourself up if you're not at a stage where, there's the goal of being of having such a prominence that you can make YouTube a full-time thing. But don't beat yourself up if you're not there yet.
I know that.
And also don't close yourself to other possibilities.
That's a good idea. That's some good words to live by. Which I can agree with, because as you know, your channel is way bigger than our channel. But it helps us when you come down and say like, hey, I know it's like what my old friend used to say, like, you can give a man a fish or you can teach a man how to fish. If you give him a fish every day, he's gonna eventually be self-reliant on you to get bigger. But if you teach him how to fish, eventually he can live on his own way and make fish the way, and give fish the own way he knows how to do it. Like the old parable.
And just to further emphasize, 2020, I'm starting a new job.
Really?
Day job. Yep. I'll be working at a label manufacturing as one of their production artists.
That's nice.
Ooh, fancy.
So that'll be my day job, but I have no intention of giving up the Broniness.
No one shall ever give up the Broniness. You can't give up Brony. Brony gives up you first.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I want to say something.
Are we implying he's gonna get kicked out before he quits?
Oh, no, you can't fire me. I quit.
Yeah. It's like, before the controversy flies in, I'm just gonna quit before you can do anything. Goodness craving.
Although, if I ever met like the Brony fandom, like somehow made manifest into a single individual,
It'd be
I'd just be like, hi, you're rather intimidating. Just don't maybe turn in my Brony
12-foot tall guy.
6'2"? No, 6'4". 6'4".
That's short compared to basketball players.
I know. Okay, Doivas, I believe it's your turn to ask a question.
So, Silver, what brought you to interview with a smaller channel? And what advice can you share with smaller channels to get more viewers?
Well, first and foremost, you guys were brave enough to ask. I think there are people who hold back or think, oh, I'm unworthy or I'm too small. They'll never say yes, so they never even ask. And here's the funny thing, people can never say yes if you don't propose a question. So props to you all for just being willing to ask. And I'm glad to come on.
You did it, team.
Glad to talk with folks. I find that people respond to effort. Like I said, the first comic I ever produced didn't get featured on Equestria Daily.
No.
It was just as A Candlelight Wedding was coming out. And I looked at the comics that did make it. And I said, okay, here's what I could do better. Here, looking at what people did successfully, I, instead of being jealous or viewing myself as unworthy by comparison, I looked and said, okay, here's what I can do better. That's how the next comic I did made it onto Equestria Daily, and I had this rather startling attention. And that has carried through in everything I do, including my videos. My goal is that each new video is in some way better, stronger than the last. And I find that when you put that effort, people respond and your audience will grow. I think what's done in a lot of channels is that they became stagnant. They got to a certain point and they stopped trying to improve. And once that happens, growth of both the self and the audience stops.
Good words to live by. Before we ask this question over, my question was, would you like us to put a link to that first comment that you made, the one that got a question from Daily, just so you can have your fans have more reference when they watch a video, like, oh, that comic, I remember reading that comic. Because for me, I never read the comic, but my first introduction to you was the very first episode on YouTube, which was the Twilight episode about her being a prince. I can't remember the title of her name, but that was my first introduction into you, and that was like years ago. Not saying we're all old now, but I'm saying that was like maybe 2 years ago, or maybe three.
Well, joke's on you. I'm older.
Whoa, incredible! You've gained the numerical value of age.
Me.
Yeah, leveled up in life.
You've leveled up.
Yes?
I just linked to the comic that was first made it to Equestria Daily.
Okay, thank you.
Let's take a look. I got a feeling I've seen this. I haven't. All right, Gucci.
I'll post it on the video when we get post on the video when it comes live. I'll just look at it too, just because I'm the only one who's going to be looking at it.
It's also kind of funny. I'd like to think I've gotten better since then. I got better.
Yeah. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, your art has increased since then. This part one, like now you do vector chart, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this was made. Oh, you even tells where it was made in Photoshop 3, CS3. What do you guys?
Oh God, CS3. I'm really showing my age here. We're in the Creative Cloud now. Thank you.
Yeah. I actually remember when I used to have Adobe CS6 and CS4. I still have the disc for CS4, but there's so much feature in CS6 I had to stay with it. Now I'm trying to get back with CS6. But now we're in Creative Cloud, which sucks, because you gotta pay for it every month. I'd rather pay a one-time fee. I don't care how expensive it is. I'll have it for life.
Yeah, I'm not as big fan of the cloud-based service. It hasn't lived up to its promise in my eyes.
So sad.
Okay, so are we going to go to the next question? Do anyone want to say anything before this about this comic before we leave?
There is no cloud.
What did you just say?
There is no cloud. There's just someone else's computer.
I said, I'm about to ask the next question, but anyone want to say anything about the comic before we move on?
I want to say the frame with the soapbox is beautiful and completely accurate.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Twilight and her soapbox speeches.
It's beautiful. Poor soapbox.
Did it get taken to Cangelite with her? Didn't we have a royal soapbox?
Celestia has a darn warehouse of soapboxes whenever it gets to be serious. Just like, hold on, before I make my grand speech, goes and gets like a shipping crate of just soap. Just like, alright, I'm ready. Oh,
it would have made more sense in Season 2, episode, when they had Discord introduced. As Celestia, before she would have pulled out the LM's Harmony, she would have pulled out a soapbox and just sat down there and said, okay, before we have the Discord introduce himself, I have to say something. He is crazy.
Yo, Discord, I'm happy for you, and I'm going to let you finish.
Facts.
Okay.
Yeah, let's let the bad guy monologue for 30 minutes before we do anything about it.
I love John Delancey. Too bad I didn't get to meet him at BronyCon, which sucks.
There will be other opportunities, other conventions.
Yep, going to another one this year. Okay,
if they drop him, I will be mad.
Next question. Now, Silver, since you've been speaking with us, since you've been speaking with us, how do you? You already know about your information about the Meet the OC episode. Would you rather have a Meet the OC episode or Meet the Content Creator episode with us?
Well, it's kind of a toss-up because, funny enough, it was talking about the Meet the OC that prompted me to write down a biography of Silver Quill, the character.
Yes, and I loved it.
Up until then, Silver Quill was just sort of my reactions taken to an extreme. Dial everything to 11.
Ooh.
All of it. But getting to write it down was fun. But this is also a good format. Getting to know people who work through and, in some ways, I think take some of the mystique out of when people create something.
Yes.
Because we have this bad habit of putting people on this mythical pedestal, saying, "Oh, they're such creative geniuses. There's no way we could ever match them." And then you find out we're all schmucks like the rest of people.
Yeah, remember,
solidarity and schmuckitude. Yes.
Remember, kids, we're all people on the inside. I said, remember, kids.
And outside Nitro.
Yeah, outside too. We're all people on the inside and outside, like inside out.
You just had to make that reference, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Always.
It was a good movie. Okay, next question, which is question 6. What are your thoughts about having? What would your thoughts about the series finale of MLP, and would you actually read the comics on MLP for the mythical season 10?
Season 10. 10 is the number of perfection, so that's not setting a high standard. Let's see. One, I really enjoyed the finale. The Last Problem was a great episode, but I view it as a what if. It's a lot of fun. It sets a lot of possibilities rather than absolutes. Because it's a flash forward, which I always kind of view as a what if.
Yeah.
And an ideal.
Good thing I wouldn't know because I didn't watch it. Whoa.
You should really watch.
You stop at the end of the end?
No,
I haven't watched in like 4 seasons.
He's one of I believe he's like Lauren Faust fan, so he liked the first 2 seasons because that's the only season that Lauren Faust actually worked on. So I
got to 6. It just kind of kept repeating itself after that, and I was like, I'm outie.
Oh, okay.
Audi 500?
Stop it.
No.
Yes.
Well, I watch every episode. I love each episode, and I have some of the comics. The only problem with me in getting to season 10 of the comics is that getting them, because I am so behind the comics. I'm still in I just recently got Fiendship is Magic, and that took me hard to find because it was hard to find a book. It was hard to find a copy of that book on Amazon.
I understand the struggle. A lot of the comic book shops where I went to get them have closed.
Rip.
I mean, I'm here in Colorado with Mile High Comics, which is very influential within the comic industry.
Ooh.
And they've had to close up every shop except their main warehouse.
Oh my goodness. That just reminds me of Comic Bento. And remember the story Comic Bento?
Don't think I do.
I would tell the story. Not at all. This was the story. It was, you know how Loot Crate works, right? The Loot Crate give you like items per month, so like $50 worth of items. Well, Comic Bento was doing that, but instead of doing items, they were doing comic books. $50 worth of comic books, and every month that you got in the crate, it was like maybe $20 a month. And I was a long time subscriber of them. And when they closed down in 2018, I cried because I was so sad that I had to cancel my subscription 2 months before they closed down because I couldn't afford it anymore because I was going to do college and all that. And when I subscribed again, I only got 2 months of work. They gave me my refund back, but it gave me the option to buy all their comics, go in the warehouse and buy half their comics. And this is like their online store. It was just so sad that one of my favorite companies had to go down in flames because they just couldn't afford that business model anymore. People wasn't subscribing anymore, and it was a proud company too.
I don't know what to tell you. The market is fickle.
Yeah, people don't buy comics anymore. They're going to the movies, and like, well, before we had comics, before we had movies, we had comics. That's what the Stan Lee said. He rather create character. Well, I don't think he actually said that. I think the story was he created comics because it was his outlet. And I would like to do that with my life because I'm writing a book right now. And I just recently realized that with some of my friends that if I can turn this novel into a graphic novel, that'd be much easier for me.
Well, I hope it bears fruit.
Me too. It's my story. I've been working the story since I first got into Brony Fandom. Okay, so now it's your turn. It's my turn. Okay, Silver, what's your favorite animation meme? And do you know anything about how they come to fruition?
Well, truth be told, I see a lot of memes, but I can't say I have a favorite.
Okay.
I have a strange relation with them. I rely on them very heavily when I have a GIF war with Lightning Bliss over Twitter.
Okay.
Which seems to annoy a lot of people. I will say, from the Emperor's New Groove, where the Emperor, now a llama, is going, bring it on.
I've read that movie.
It's not my favorite, but we tend to use it a lot because it's just stoic resignation of your fate.
Yes.
I welcome the pain with open arms.
I remember that. I don't know how old I feel like this, but I can remember that when I was younger and we saw the first trailer for that movie, and they used that scene in the movie. The trailer, and I was like, I have to see this movie. I don't know how people may take that, considering how old I am, but when I first saw that trailer in theaters, I was like, we have to watch this movie.
Makes sense. I do get frustrated with memes sometimes when people try to use it to shut down a discussion or to look clever, when I think memes are at their best when they're used to be flippant and fun. Yeah. If you're trying to make a point, and not so much.
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's go to our next question. I do understand it's the confusing nature of memes. In fact, I remember seeing somewhere on Cantlot Avenue, like last week, they were just doing crazy amount of memes before New Year, saying like, this is the best meme of the decade. I'm like, well, does it really matter? They're all memes in the same way.
That's like saying a movie that came out in January is the best of the new year. Because nothing else
coming out yet. The one they're championing right now is the best movie of the year, and it's January 3rd.
Yeah, it's the best movie of the year so far because there's no competition!
What do you mean? There's competition. We have
there's this paint drying on the wall, and guess what? The paint is
like,
better.
Hey, we have a script. Does it count?
My paint on the wall has a script too. It's called drip, 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 drip.
Dry too.
But this one is dripping slightly faster, so therefore it's better.
And now we're talking about movies and dripping. We've entered a porno.
Demonetized? Question mark. Actually, we're not monetized to begin with. We can say whatever we want.
Yeah.
Oh, behave. Oops, that's a meme.
Okay, next question. Before I lose my breath. Now that we had got that out of the way, could you tell us about your workflow that no one else knows?
Oh, I get so intimidated by a blank timeline on my video editor.
So sad.
Same here, man.
It's the journey of 1,000 miles. First, I lay down clips from the episode. Then I put in my audio. Then I put in my OC poses and B-roll from said episode. And there's sound effects and more. And it's a long process. And it's easy to be daunted by your own work. And I'm like, why did I write that?
So sad.
I'm an idiot.
The flaws of being an editor. You have to know what you got to work with.
Oh, and the paradox of being the writer and editor. you think, oh, this is going to be so great. And later you think, why did I do that?
Oh, yeah, I know
it's like,
that
why
feeling.
did I give myself full creative control?
I remember this reminds me of the story back before Doivas was the editor of Mythos C. Every episode was terrible to me. Every episode I did, I edited. I was like, this. I don't like it. I hate it. I can't do any better because I'm not that good. But I still gotta work with this. And when when Delta became the editor, like, this episode feels so much better. I love it, and I can work with this. I can live with this.
Oh, so he is the editor now?
Yeah.
Oh, I was not aware he was finally promoted.
What do you mean the last episode of Mythos C were?
Yeah, well, I just thought that you had improved. Darn it, Nacho, I was giving you props when I should have been giving it to Delta.
Okay, Doivas is your question.
Wait, what?
Your
We're
question.
already here? Oh, jeez.
Yes.
What is this? Okay. So Silver, do you watch anime or any adult
Wait, no,
animated
that's
shows?
the wrong question.
Wait, what? That's the only one here. What is it?
There's a question about the song. Look up.
Oh, there it is. Okay, thanks, man. You're really saving the day over here. Do you have a favorite song that you listen to on the daily? And if not, what genre helps you relax?
Well, I have several songs that I like to listen to pretty much every day. In English and Japanese.
Ooh.
Ooh, we got ourselves a weeaboo.
Yeah. Ohayou gozaimasu!
Shinderu.
I'm clipping that.
Let's see. I like to listen to The Sound by the 1975.
Ooh.
Be the One by Pandora, which is the theme to Kamen Rider Build.
Ooh, I love that show.
And 2019 had one final positive surprise for me, because on the very day of New Year's Eve, I discovered a Mongolian band called The Who, and their song Wolf Totem,
Ooh.
which I find it's got a very driving beat. And the singer, I think there's a technique called throat singing, which is very, very sort of guttural but strong.
Yeah.
As sort of a war chant. Whoa, he gives the chills.
But I think you might like Baby Metal from K-pop. Have you heard of that before?
Baby.
Wait a minute, is that the guy who screams and has a beard and
That
does
is
all the
not.
dance?
No, that's not Baby
No.
Metal. Baby Metal is when they get rock bands playing with cutesy Korean songs. And
Yeah,
it's amazing.
it's an experience. Let's put it that way.
Oh no, I'm thinking of Lady Beard, which is
Oh, of course, Ladybeard. How could I not know?
if you don't know, I can give you a video that will break your mind.
Okay, you know what, Chief? After my job is over.
That'd be nice.
All right,
Send it to us after this episode. And as well, we are, as for our viewers, whatever music choice you have, we respect it all the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's right. That's the moral of this entire interview.
Yeah. Okay.
Your music choice is always PC, except when it's not.
Oh, that was funny for people. Okay, speaking of music choices, is there any music artists that you support the most that you can't, either Brony or celebrity musician, or out-of-country music?
Well, I can't say I've really become like devoted to a single band or will buy everything they put out. I just like to support positivity. There's a reason I go to Japanese music, especially Japanese show tunes. They're usually very lively, upbeat, energetic. And I miss that. I worry that American music is often very angry, bitter, depressed, even hopeless or worse.
Yeah, you got a point there. The music you have.
We become in the UK, boys.
So, unfortunately, I don't know the UK scene all that well.
I mean, UK television is more what I was referencing, where they always are like depressed at the end.
Yeah.
Or like Blackadder. I hated the ending to Blackadder when I first saw that. It was always a funny series, but the last episode makes you cry.
Oh yeah, Blackadder goes forth. Oh,
I can't believe that made me care ways I haven't cared before until I watched it.
Okay, alright, let's not have a breakdown now, chill. Let's relax.
I am sorry. I just remembered the last episode of Blackadder. But yes, that show made me care ways I didn't care about any other show until I watched MLP.
Put it in the title, Nitro cried, question mark. Get that CPS, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, everybody.
Blackadder, he made the Nitro cry.
He has no context.
Okay, I gotta put that somewhere. That clip somewhere. Okay.
What? Wait, what? Is that a guitar back there? Wait, what was that noise?
What? This?
I sense a stringed instrument.
This?
Please tell me it's a
that?
ukulele.
That sounds like a ukulele. Is that a ukulele?
Oh, if it's a
Nitro.
ukulele, do your best, Tiny Tim. Tiptoe through the tulips.
Oh, he was a funny singer. I like his. I like that one song that was on SpongeBob in the first episode. That had to be my favorite song by him because that made me laugh.
Nice.
You didn't answer my question, Nitro.
Well, it was just me pushing the mic string.
There's a mic.
Oh, that's it. I thought you know what? Why you gotta play me like that?
I didn't mean to push it. I just pushed it by accident.
You have your mic is on a string?
No, it's on a. No.
Yeah, of course. It's the string mic. It's dangling from the ceiling.
I wouldn't put it past someone. It creates a richer sound, is what they'd say.
It does,
No,
but is
that's
that
not
me?
how it works.
Is that me? No. See, the mic string is this thing that they told me to, which strap down to the table to make sure it doesn't fall off. So, like, if it does fall off, it bounces right back where it was.
Oh, I get you.
Yeah, that's what they told me when I bought it, and I loved it. I was tuned with that.
I'm just thinking of a mic like hanging to a string, and that's a hanging silence.
I wish it was like that, but my apartment was like.
Hanging silence.
Okay, next question before I lose my mind. Okay, we know you have a job of course for daily, as you mentioned before, that you do editorials, and you do Pinkie Pie Says Goodnight. But before that, what was your dream job when you were younger?
Well, I stumbled at the beginning when I said I worked for them. That implies payment, and I don't get paid for any of that.
Oh, okay.
So we on the same boat.
Same here.
My only financial income from being a Brony are my Patreon supporters, for which I'm very grateful.
Oh, that's nice.
But growing up, I wanted to be a paleontologist.
Oh, that's so sweet, because we just had an episode about that.
Fancy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Petunia Paleo.
Yeah.
And I love dinosaurs. I was so fascinated by them. I looked through all these pictures of these great giant lizards that were nowhere to be seen. And growing up, I kind of realized that I was more enticed by the mystique than the biology.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't really have an eye for that. Also, I quickly learned that my fine Irish heritage would not serve me well on a dig site. I skip tanning and go right to the burn phase.
Ouch.
One day of digging up fossils, and I'd come home looking like a tomato.
Oh, jeez.
So that probably wouldn't have been so good. Plus, my love of dragons sort of transformed into a love of fantasy. Because, again, it was sort of this idea of a great living creature rather than seeing it.
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid and I used to just think those were cool. My favorite show was Dragon Tales for some reason. I'm not sure why. I am old when I think about that show.
Haha, I'm older still. I remember a time before Dragon Tales was on.
Oh, wow. Man, he's ancient.
Okay, next question. Before my eyes just water out tears again. We know you, as idol to many Brony reviewers, do you feel pressure about making a video topic essay that you feel may not succeed or will succeed in ways?
Well, I always feel a certain pressure to innovate. I mean, my reviews are slow and they're out. After the fact became a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
So I'm always looking at episode and saying, okay, what can I do beyond just what did I like about this episode? What didn't I like? because there's already a wealth of people who probably not only thought that up, written it, edited, and posted that video. So my challenge is always to find something more, to go a step beyond.
Go plus ultra.
Yes, plus ultra. But there's always that pressure when creating anything. Plus, like I said, the expressive part of me that was tamped down for so long could never be satisfied with just a quick vlog. I think that would be a betrayal of myself.
Okay, that's a good thing. Yeah, because I noticed that struggle too when I was doing Mythos C. I was always trying to make something new with that series, and like you said, when you innovate in your videos after the fact, you always try to do something new in each video, right?
Yes. Yeah,
every video should not be the same. It should be something totally new in almost every new video, and it's hard to keep up that whole thing going after a while. Because once you get to a point of doing something new, you're probably doing this whole different series at some point. That's why I notice in my videos. But your videos always had something new, and I always like watching them. My favorite video I have to see right now is your Discord challenge episode when you're talking about the square root of number 2.
Yes, that was a fun one. I learned about that topic just before heading to Ciderfest last year, where I was talking about magic is threes. And a friend of my family said, "Oh, do you know about Pythagoras and how his team murdered a guy?" Oh, do go on.
Yeah, you made that joke a lot. Okay, Doivas, I believe is your favorite question of the day.
Hey, whoa! What on earth? Such cruelty. You wouldn't have said that to Delta, would you?
No.
Of course. You monster.
He's obsessed with his Delta formation.
Wow. Alright, now I can ask the question. Beautiful. Alright. For my final question, are you prepared, Silver?
I am prepared.
This could change the universe, okay? Your career could end right now.
Oh, then let me get some scotch.
Darn it, there goes the PG rating. Alright. Do you watch animes or any adult animated shows? And if you do, what critiques do you have of them?
Well, I'm not as big an anime fan as I was in high school and college and shortly thereafter. But I have watched a lot of anime.
Okay.
Adult animated cartoons, I guess that's sort of broad. I mean, we're talking like Archer?
Yes, or maybe like a Rick and Morty. We're talking about like a Family Guy, The Simpsons, maybe even Final Space. All those good shows. All the shows that have a higher than 18 adult level.
Unfortunately, I'm behind on those as well. Archer's been my main entertainment for animation aimed at an older audience.
Ooh.
I will say Archer, I feel like it's running out of steam. They've had these alternate dream worlds which were fun, but I look at the earlier Archer episodes as like it's kind of funny. The more you get to know these characters, the less dysfunctional they seem. And a lot of the humor in Archer is based on that dysfunction. For anime, I have been reading the manga of My Hero Academia and Dr. Stone and One Piece. I've not watched the animes. Tiger and Bunny was the last anime that I really got into.
Oh my goodness.
And I loved it for the blending of Western superheroes, but with the somewhat with Japanese ideas as well. And also just the fun reality TV show concept, which honestly I could see happening if ever superpowered beings came into existence.
I'll enjoy that.
Give genetics a few thousand years.
No, Children of the Atom, where you at? But one of my gripes with anime is when I got into it, fan service was usually a side gag. It was, maybe an episode. Now whole series seem to be devoted to it.
Oh yeah, we know one series.
What's that one called? What's that?
When I say it.
Sorry, I don't know what happened just now.
I mean, like even One Piece certainly has fan service. Dr. Stone has some rather absurd fan service at times. My Hero Academia is actually pretty tame as far as I know.
It's one of the tamest series out there because they're all underage.
Well, Full Metal Alchemist is also pretty tame on it as well.
So is Trigun. Trigun was
Although
so
I might be misremembering, considering it was like, what was it, 100-something episodes.
If I remember right, Trigun was actually pretty clean too. It only had like 1 or 2 jokes.
Yes, and I guess that's the shift I've noticed, that I'm not going to get all puritanical and say, you should never display sexual appeal. I get it. I don't know. It's a chicken and the egg scenario. Does the audience demand it because sex sells, or does sex sell because the audience demands it? I don't know. But it's gotten to the point now where it's stopped being a side aspect and become a major facet.
That's true.
I think that's a mistake.
There are some points where it really does just kill the mood of the scene, or something like that.
No, here's to go against that argument. There's actually one series that I love. I can't tell you because I can't pronounce it right. Because if I say it in English accent, it sounds like I'm cursing the title. But the title was about. I don't think you guys know about the topic, but anyway, there's an anime out there that came in 2016 about fan service, but they had no fan service in the episode. People expected fan service, but had none. Because the reason why? You didn't need it. It was each episode was like 5 minutes long, and I want to say the main character was named Gyako-chan. But I'm gonna try to say the title. Hopefully I don't curse it out because you gotta say it in the right way in a Japanese accent, and it's so hard to say it. I'm gonna say Shante. I mean, shoot, that's not Shante. Shoot, I can't pronounce it.
That almost sounds French. Enchanté.
Yeah. But
although I find it funny that you said fan service, but just leave it off there and it takes on a whole different meaning.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Oh yeah, because
okay, I think I found it.
You found it already? Thank you, it was quick.
Hold on, I'm digging. Nope, that's not it.
You have okay. Don't try to find it today because that means you will forever find it. I would say it came in 2016. Short series, only 13 episodes, only 5-minute episodes. But anyway, back to the point. Before we lose Doivas to the scrolls of the internet, which will never happen again. So let's get back to the point. We're near the end of this interview, and don't worry, viewers, we're going to keep you in mind that with this video. We don't want to take up all your time. Now you heard it through the grapevine. Now that I hope you heard it through the grapevine, Silver, is it true that you do all the vectors of the series yourself, or do you actually get outside help?
For the most part, I do them myself.
Okay.
Early on, I relied on vectors provided by the community. Mm-hmm. But that started to taper off, and as I became more elaborate, it just wouldn't work. I needed greater versatility. So I've gotten in the habit now where I am drawing. I have a rather large library of vector poses, and it continues to expand because they just keep adding more characters to the show. I still rely on if someone has done a background, that saves me a ton of time. But even that has dwindled within the fandom, and so I'm posting more and more vectors backgrounds on my DeviantArt page, which
we did see when we went to your channel. When we went to your page, to get some vector art, not vector art from your channel, but we get some poses of your OC so our kid can draw them. And we noticed a lot of background art, and I was like, that some of these are actually good.
Oh, thank you.
Yo, you okay?
An underhanded compliment, Nitro?
No, that's actually true. All of them are good.
I've got nothing more to say.
Okay, next question. Is there any side projects that you work on and you feel enjoy in helping create? Also, express your joy in fully. And then finally, the epic conclusion to Viva Vivare's ultimate goal, what you can create. The Brony Polka animated video. How do you feel about that? Also, please elaborate how to enjoy any project you also help create.
Well, I'll always be proud of Nightmare Night 2014 on Anthony C's channel.
I remember that.
That was a lot of fun to put together, especially finding the comments for us to react to. I mean, when I found a comment explaining how my character is the Antichrist, it's like, well, this is going in.
All right, just keeping it 100.
Now, I have a confession to make.
Yes.
I have not yet gotten to see Brony Polka animated start to finish.
Really?
I got to see a few clips courtesy of Derpy Boru, but I never have had the opportunity to sit down and go through the whole blessed thing. But I shall, and I look forward to it with great enthusiasm.
Well, it's something to do on your list, because I've seen it twice. And I will say this. It was amazing.
Excellent.
I won't spoil it for you, though. Not like my brother spoiled Spider-Man Far From Home for me.
Spider-Man's alive?
Mind blown.
Said no one who went into Avengers Endgame.
Yes. That's true.
Wow. Someone who misses out on Infinity War just like, is Spider-Man alive? Oh, buddy. I got bad news for you.
But actually, my favorite is some photos that float around. People had Infinity War Spider-Man, and it's just the package with some sand in the plastic.
That is incredible.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark. I don't feel so good.
It was hilarious, and it made me cry.
Yes.
Wow. Liquid pride, am I right?
Yep, liquid pride. Like a real man. Okay, next question. Oh, and finally, what are you looking towards the most in this new decade? What like to accomplish this year that you've been holding on to that you haven't been able to do before?
Well, let's see here. One, I don't know what to expect in this new year. Like I say, I'll be starting a new job. I'm looking forward to learning about that and hopefully getting a good footing. I have had stories percolating in the back of my mind, not all of them pony related.
Ooh.
But I've been trying to take what I've studied about storytelling, especially Carl Jung, and apply that to my own work with a more critical eye. So I'd like to get stories out of my head and onto the page.
Yes,
with
like we all writers.
And getting them published would be grand.
Yeah, so you can actually have something for your kids.
There we go.
Yeah, that's why I'm becoming a writer. So my work can be going for my kids. Like every cent that I make will go to my kids' college tuition. That's the reason why I'm writing books. It'll be my first novel. Well, actually, it'll be my first graphic novel. Who cares? Anything else you want to say, Silver, before we get to the last question?
Well, that's my big hope. But mostly, a friend once said to me, don't. We're all going to be the same people on January 1st, 2020 that we were on December 31st, 2019.
Yes.
So don't look to this. Don't look to the new year to fix everything for you. And that was a good advice. But I also am a fan of letting go of grievances as best as you can with the old year and move forward. So I just want to greet whatever happens this year with as much positivity as I can offer and work through whatever goes wrong.
Okay, that's a good thing to say. Doivas, your line. Doivas?
Indeed. Now it's time to end this episode.
And yes, but before we end it off, Silver Quill, is there anything you guys like to access about or any announcements you want to say to the viewers?
Oh, sorry, you cut out there for a sec.
Oh,
And if you cut out, rip.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I see what happened. My mic went off. Let me plug that back in. Okay, as I was saying. Before we end it off, Silver Quill, is there anything you'd like to access about, or do you have any announcement for the viewers?
Well, I have a few announcements for folks, but first, thank you for having me on here.
You're welcome. We love having new people.
We did it. We've made it big.
Yeah. Well, I do have some announcements for upcoming videos, because the next video I want to be talking about pony life.
Ooh.
And the concept of parody series in both anime and Western animation.
Okay.
Because everybody has made the Teen Titans Go analogy, which I totally understand. There are some other shows that I think are just as applicable, but with different receptions. And after that, I plan to tackle the episode Point of No Return and compare it to an old Saturday morning cartoon of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. They actually made a cartoon series out of that.
I never expected that.
It was actually voiced by Keanu Reeves.
Who knew? Well, before we leave, Silver, I thought you were gonna ask some questions about anything. I mean, because you can have questions about anything. But do you have any questions before we go to the fun line of this video?
Favorite Brony convention and memories with it?
Oh, wait, Doivas, you go first.
But oh, thanks, Nitro. You're so kind. Yep, thanks, man. All right, yeah. Just throwing me under the bus, huh? I see how it is. Maybe next time I won't replace Delta, huh? Oh yeah, favorite Brony convention. Let's see here. How about the one I didn't go to?
I am so sorry.
Never been solo from the start, baby. Joined too late for the party. Joined the party too late to have any fun. Too soon for anything to happen.
You're never too late for a party.
The party ended when I walked in the door, Chief.
Come on, Brony parties
I
are the
walked
best
in
parties.
and half the congregation walked out. Okay, that's just how it happened.
Well, that's probably because you walked into a mass rather than a fandom. It's a
That's
very big
just sad.
difference. It's
Wow,
very big difference.
so sad.
Fandoms eat Pocky. Masses have the Eucharist. Very important difference.
Okay, I go. I'm sorry about the deal.
Go on, Nitro. Tell about your incredible experience.
Well, this is what happened. My favorite convention I went to was BronyCon 2019. It was my first convention I ever went to. Well, not my first convention I ever went to in total, but it was my first Brony convention I went to. Sadly, it was also the last Brony convention for BronyCon, but I still had fun going. It was so many people. I met so many people. I made a video, but have not been able to release it because of college. But my biggest memory that I say I have the best was meeting Dusty Cat, meeting Silver Quill, which is you, Silver, and meeting Mad Munchkin all at the same time at the same booth.
Ah, that was a good time.
Yeah.
I remember Dusty was swinging by. I believe we had him try on Maddie's hat and vice versa.
Yeah, I was there. That was fun. And also, I was trying to get Mad Munchkin on here, but I guess you haven't heard about me because I was trying to do a Meet the OC episode with her OC as well. But the main thing I gave her some money for her fun to come to America. I did not buy anything. I mean, I bought some stuff at her panel, but I said, here you go. Here's $5. I'm just giving to you for free. Do whatever you want with it. I don't care. All I want to say is that I hope you love America as much as I do.
Well, good on you.
Yeah. I wish I gave her more money.
Well, I mean, truthfully, with money, it's never enough. We all wish we could have just a little bit more, just in case.
Yeah.
It's the gift you give in the moment that matters.
Yeah, just like that printer I got for Christmas.
Ooh, new printer?
Yeah, my first printer.
Oh, very nice.
I love it. It's a Canon.
You mean you're gonna fire it?
No. That's
Wait, what? You just lost me. I'll be honest.
No, it's
It's a Canon?
Yes,
Oh, of course.
The company's a Canon. That's what it's called.
Oh, okay. I was like, hold on a second. It's a Canon? You're shooting ink at your neighbors?
Oh, you guys are so funny.
He played Splatoon a little too hard and wanted to join in.
Hook it up to the Switch, just like you mess with the wrong neighbor.
Keep your dog off my lawn.
Oh yeah, don't make me die one of
It
these.
used to be white.
Well, I don't think they make white ink. Do they make white ink? I don't know.
There is white ink, but it's not. I mean, the assumption is your paper is going to be white.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but when you make that white text
on white paper.
On white paper, it's a little different. I can say this from my experience in printing. If you make, say, a clear sticker or label, then they lay down a layer of white ink underneath the entire design called the white plate, which helps the colors be more vivid and pop. And that's where you get the white text as well. So there is white ink. It's just very specialized.
Oh, okay. Well, now it's time to end the video. So I'm going to say the fun line, and hopefully as long as everyone like it, and we're going to say the
and you
catchphrase.
cut out again. All right.
I am sorry. Okay, let me try this again. I said now it's time to end the video. I hope that you, the favorite video, had a good time watching it. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you, Silver Quill, for joining us. Now, we're going to say the catchphrase to our channel all in 3, which is I'm going to say it once before so we all know what it is. Remember to smile. And we're all saying 3. 1, 2, 3. Remember to
Remember to smile. Yeah.
We never did on time, but we tried. Okay. Everyone say bye for the viewers.
Goodbye.
What? Bye. Yeah. Woo. We made it.